Yo, yo, yo. Now you've got all these lovely atlas points to work with. I just want to do a quick guide on tablets, or to give them their official name, Los Tabuladores des Demonios. Um, you probably don't have a lot of tablets at this point, but a lot of the points in the atlas are going to give you extra tablet drop chance, especially the ones that let you they drop irradiated tablets, or whatever they're called. I think it's, yeah, irradiated precursor tablets. This one. Um, so you want to start pretty much using tablets like all the time. Uh, three, pretty much all the time. But how to use them, when to use them, and which ones to use are the questions, right? So to start off with, I'd recommend uh, first of all, once if you're going to spend some decent time in an end game, you're probably going to want the fragments tab, strictly because like this little first bit here with all the where all the boss stuff goes is nice, but not really that essential. Candy, but where it really gets good is the tablet section. You'll see how many I have of each type. So these are just my precursor ones, the radiated one. Always low in ritual, but still got a fair crank. Delirium, oh god, look how many there are. Um, I you wanna this what this was really nice is, one, to store it, but two, you can use the search bar down the bottom. Like, see, I've got experience highlighted, so I can find the ones which give boosted experience. Yeah, so like how you probably gonna want this unless you want to dedicate your whole inventory just to tablets. Um, so what I'd start off recommending is running three precursor tablets, irradiated ones, to get going, because what these do is they will add one level to the map. That doesn't stack, so if you've got three, it still only adds one level. It also, for each irradiated tablet you have in, it's going to give you a random extra piece of content. Like, you might get some ritual, you might get some delirium, might get some breach, might get some abyss, you might get some temple. You just might get a lot of just bits and bobs, basically. So it's like kind of like a pick and mix kind of situation. And with all those points in your atlas tree, you can now uh, make them rare with 4 mods like this, or you can, if you're finding it a little tough, you can just run them with a trans and an org, like that. Why you want to start running initially with 3 irradiated tablets is not only that they give you the pick and mix thing, but they also passively boost drop rates for all other tablets except themselves. And you'll find, and since the irradiated tablets already have that dedicated atlas node I showed you earlier to boost the drop rate, you don't need to worry about them boosting the drop rate for themselves. So that's how you build up your bank of all the other stuff. Now, when it comes to the other stuff, it's important that you do, if you want to do ritual, you use 3 ritual tablets. You don't mix and match. if you want to do delirium, delirium tablets are not something you'll really use, because the way to use delirium is to you'll get quite a few bits of delirium randomly through these irradiated tablets, and the way you actually want to use delirium is, rather than using a delirium tablet, you want to wait until you actually spawn a grand mirror, like one of these on the map, and then you'll go there and you'll spread the fog manually in a big area, and those will all be guaranteed delirium rather than using the delirium tablet, if that makes sense. But otherwise you want to triple tap it every time you want to do a specific piece of content for a while, because for example, if you use ritual and you use 3 ritual tablets, each tablet is going to give you 1 more ritual altar in the map. So at a base level you either get 3 or 4, but if you put 3 ritual tablets in, that 3 or 4 turns to 6 or 7, which means you're going to get a lot more tribute, which means you can spend a lot more on the ritual rewards. With breach, each breach tablet is going to add an extra breach to the map, so you can start off from anywhere between 1 and 3, usually 1 and 2, 1 or 2, with if breach spawns on a map, but with 3 breach tablets you'll get 3 extra ones, so you'll get between 4 and 5 usually. Same with Abyss, each tablet you adds more Abyss pits to the map. Temple is another type of tablet I don't use. What you can do with it, each temple tablet you have in the map is going to add more of those circles with the red crystals around, so you can spawn your temples quicker. So if you have 3 of those portals in the map, can make progress to opening up a temple much quicker, so you can do it like that. And the last one is Overseer tablets. This just boosts bosses. It's another one I don't really use, but long story short, I'd start off with the Precursor tablets. Now, when you're running them, I won't go too deep into what are good mods on the tablets, but what I like to do while I'm running around doing my travel maps, and with running 3 Precursor tablets, is just make sure they all have increased experience gain on them. And you can either buy those off the market, and they're fairly cheap, like it's 20-30 exalts for a 10 use 17% experience gain single tablet. But you can also, if you have a whole lot of them like this, you can also take ones that you don't want, take 3 of them and jump over to here and just baff like that, 3 to 1 them, and see if you get something good. Oh, and we got 12% experience gain. That's not a great roll, but you don't need to min-max that at that point. That's something I'm looking for, but that doesn't really apply to you. But yeah, that's how you use them. Triple stack them. Stack the same one. Start with the radiated until you build up a decent bank of tablets to start exploring more focused types of content. One last note is on the Atlas here, if you type in city, you'll find the city maps. Here's some. These are quite special because there is a node which you will have now unlocked in the Atlas tree that allows you to place 4 tablets specifically on a city map, so you can juice this even harder. So it is pretty much these clusters are pretty much the prime real estate for dumping a Grand Mirror Delirium fog on and then going into these with like 1, 2, 3, 4 ritual tablets, or 1, 2, 3, 4 abyss tablets to really like get some bank. And that's it. I hope it's easy to understand. Let me know if you have any questions or whatever. But yeah, good luck with it, man.